Okay, let me make sure I'm online. Okay. Hello, I'm Alex from A.P.Ink. So today I'm going to be picking up where I left off last time, which I was trying to draw various items inspired by Easter. So I think, let me just pull up the first reference. And I think to kind of go along with the rabbits we've got here, carrots. I don't know if all of the references I grabbed are actual Easter related or if it's just what I know of to be related to Easter, but we're just gonna go with it. So carrots to go along with the rabbits. So I've got obviously the same sketchbook paper, a violet colored pencil, and I'm just gonna try to jump right into this. Unfortunately, to draw it this way, there's going to be a limit for how much greens I could put on this. So maybe one that way. I don't know, I was gonna do another one going like the opposite way, but maybe we'll just go with that. Okay, so I'm gonna take the same blue fine liner. I can always come back to it, but we've got a lot more to draw. So, I wasn't listening to what I said. This is a 05 blue fine liner. So I'm not drawing it straight across. I could and get away with it, but because not all carrots are the same, some of them kind of have segments or I don't know, striation. I don't think I'm saying that right. Like lines. I'd almost say like growth rings, but I don't know if that's actually how that works and if that's actually what these are. Without actually looking into it, I feel like, I don't know, because these are root vegetables. I'm sure there's some scientific reason why a carrot almost kind of resembles the core of a tree, aside from the fact that they are a root vegetable. So maybe peach pie for the base color. And then maybe lipstick orange to add shadow and definition. And then the carrot tops here are kind of a yellowish green. I don't know, I guess acid green. And then I think apple green to add some definition, shadow. Okay. Okay, sorry. I will be right back. Okay, sorry. My allergies decided to act up the same time I hit record. Okay. So, switching to the next reference. Okay, we're gonna do these two at the same time. So, just for what I know, Peeps, which is a sugar-covered marshmallow, Peeps have been part of my Easter for as long as I can remember, and they come in two different shapes, bunnies and chicks. So let me just grab the same reference. I'm going to start with the bunnies. And I don't know, classic Peeps, in my opinion, don't have a flavor. They're just covered in colored sugar. You can now get them in flavors. I don't know when they started doing that. I think the classic colors were pink, yellow, blue, and purple. And I don't know if that was the bunny Peeps, because I want to say that the chicks just came in yellow, but I really am not sure about that. So it's almost, not really, but I don't know why I'm correlating this, but it's almost snowman-esque. So maybe one like this, and maybe we can try to get a little bit of perspective in here to show the depth, the thickness. Because I think these... I'm trying to remember this from my childhood. I think it's... I can't remember the last time I actually had a peep, but I think they're maybe about a quarter of an inch thick. Or maybe like half an inch thick. I think half an inch thick. So to draw in a bit of a perspective, so straight on and then maybe 3/4. So to kind of squash the circle, just a bit, using this one as reference. I don't think I quite have this right. I think my perspective needs a little work here. Maybe if I just thicken up the thickness of this side cut. I mean, it's at a bit of a 3/4 perspective, but to actually take note of the width of the side here. It's kind of getting muddy now. Okay, I think we'll go with that. It's not perfect, but sometimes close enough is close enough. And then the, what I would consider like the classic peep face. Maybe other people consider it classic too, but it's almost like a bowling ball face. Okay. Doing this one at a time, we'll do the line art for the peeps. Okay. It is quite a vibrant yellow, so it may be lightning yellow. Okay, I'm thinking more of like a gray to shade this than like a darker yellow. Maybe to pull back the colors that I used here on the rabbits. So maybe neutral gray. Okay, and then the pink. I don't think it's quite almost fuchsia. This is more like salmon, so kind of like an orange pink, but tender pink. Okay, and then I could use the same gray. Of course, because of the violet colored pencil, a lot of that shading is just getting lost. For the face, though, I think the eyes and the nose are brown more than black. So I think Shallow Orange Cafe. This might not be dark enough. Okay, probably won't do a whole lot, but I want to see if I can try to clean this up and see if that helps the gray stand out on the yellow and the pink. Generally, if you're going to erase pencil, it should be before you ink. Okay, moving on to the checks. Now, when I was looking up references and found this one, I do remember these eggs, but I don't remember what they are. Because they could be jelly beans, or they also, I don't know what they have now, just trying to remember from my own childhood. They also used to have, I think, malted balls. I think that's what they were called. It was like, excuse me, a candy coated chocolate ball, but the inside had like crispy bread inside it. And I think those were malt balls or moth balls. I know not like mothballs that you like a pest thing, but probably what I think they're called are not what they're called. I'm just trying to remember and I'm probably not accurate. But anyways, the chicks. And I think now they actually have chocolate covered or chocolate dipped um chick peeps. So like this bit here is dipped in chocolate. If you can actually see that. This bit, it probably is still blown out. But like the butt part, so look, to bring this to its simplest shapes, the bottom part is kind of like a modified teardrop with a kind of modified teardrop sitting on top. I don't remember how much these actually set up, because to look at the reference, it looks like it's sitting back, not like sitting, make it make sense. To like have it sit up, if my hand was the belly body area, and then my fingers are like the head beak, it's not sitting up, it looks like it's like sitting back. I hope that made any sense. I don't know if this is accurate. Okay, it might not be accurate, but this is what we're going with for the first one. And then if I should do another kind of front angled one, this might not read at all, so we might not keep this. I don't know. Does it look like a front-facing peep? I'm not sure that actually reads as what it's meant to be, but we'll try it. And if it doesn't read, then we'll just be stuck with a color blob. Okay, I just messed that up. I don't know why I just did that. To rim the eye in blue fine liner instead of just waiting to do the eyes like I did here. This almost looks like it's actually sitting in a nest, but I thought the bottom half of the chick was actually part of its body. That's probably just my interpretation of it that looks wrong. Okay, so to stick with the yellow pink and then blue green, and I don't have color references for that, so we're just gonna kind of go with the kind of vibrant color that the pink bunny is. So maybe this crystal blue for the blue. Okay, and then just to see if we can get away with using that same gray, it's going to be a bit more subtle. At the very least, we can go in with the eye color. Okay, trying to stick with like the vibrant color. I think maybe this mallow color. See if I can use the gray here. I want to see if I can use the purple on the blue. So this is the mallow color. I don't know why I can almost smell the marshmallow. Okay, and then that same brown color over the eye. Try to hide the mistake I did there with the fine liner. Okay, let me pick the next reference. Let's try something a little bit different. Okay, so again, still going with what I would interpret as like Easter. I don't know if this is accurate, but daffodils, which completely nothing to do with this. Something about daffodils reminds me of the one scene from the original Willy Wonka or Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The original one with Gene Wilder, who played the original Willy Wonka, where they're going through the park area, I guess, that's made up of candy, and Wonka is singing his song, and he sits down and picks up a, I think it's supposed to be a daffodil, but it's like, um, it's almost like a teacup. I don't know. Anyways, sorry. Okay, so I think actually 2 years ago I drew a daffodil. Let me actually pull up the reference for myself. Kind of running out of room here. Okay, so going for the simplest shape, try to block in this part of the flower, the center kind of trumpet area, for lack of actually knowing what this is called, the various parts. I think I need to make the petal a little bit longer. Is this accurate? Absolutely not. Hopefully it at least looks in the ballpark of a flower. Just trying to go back over the petals and put like the imperfections in to the best of my ability. I don't want to make this too busy looking. I'll try to go in and add some of these details with shadow. And then you can't really see it because we've got kind of a 3/4 view going here. But the stem for this kind of, if you've ever had a bendy straw, so it kind of bends at like the first knuckle. If I could get the first bend to go 90-degree angle, but and I think maybe it's not quite that harsh, but I think because of the weight of the flower, it kind of bends. See, I feel like you'd be able to see any of the petals on this side, but this part of the center of the flower, I'm sure, is blocking that and the angle. Okay, I guess we'll just go for it and see how bad it looks. So same blue fine liner. Okay, so unfortunately, I have run out over time. So next time I will get into inking this guy and just hopefully finish off the rest of the icon images that I have. If you'd like to continue, join me next time, please make sure that you're following me and that your notifications are turned on so that you're notified for the next time I go live. But other than that, thank you so much to anybody who watched or watches. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.